Okay, this is going to be a short video on the unboxing of the Huffy Cranbrook cruiser that I just purchased last evening from Walmart. And my reason for the review is I've heard and seen a lot of reviews and a lot of bad press about the Huffy, and I noticed some people were saying, oh, when I took it out of the box it had dented fenders and this and that and the other. Well, is that really a problem with the bike, or is that a problem with shipping? Anyway, I'll cut to the chase here. We're going to go around the box. It doesn't appear that this box has been handled too bad, from being shipped from China. And notice you can see that there's kind of a defect in the box there where the contents have pressed out. Hopefully we won't find any damage in there, but still, the way they package these things, this doesn't look too bad. The corners are all in good shape and nothing appears to have been dropped or mishandled. This seems to be normal handling, what I've seen so far. This is going to be what I hopefully find inside the box. And actually, this was a pretty good deal. Found this through the Walmart app, and they give you an option there to check different stores and see what their current online price is. Well, the going online price for this bike is $79.97, I believe. Our store actually advertised it for $59, so that's what I got. So anyway, let me put this video on hold, and I'll put it down and we'll open it up and see what we find inside. Okay, I've carefully removed the staples, as you can see my little pile over there, and opened up the box and see if we can get some sort of a picture down in there. Just looks like a typical bicycle in a box. Oh. And so far it doesn't look like there's any problem with things being damaged, but of course you won't know until you actually get it out of the box, so that's going to be the next step. Well, there it is. That's what came out of the box. I might throw in here that a tip that I learned on another video on YouTube was when you take a bicycle out of a box, the easiest way to get it out is grab the rear section of it, your rear wheel, pull that up first, and the whole bike will just come out very easily. You won't be snagging it on the box, and anyway, it makes it easier. I wish I could have got that on the video to show you. But anyway, there's the bag with your seat and the seat post. I'm going to go ahead and put this bike up on the bike stand, and we'll slowly start unpackaging the things and check it over for any sort of damage. While I'm at it here, I'll show you the other side of this thing. How they strap the wheels on, and for the shipping. Gonna have to remove this wheel and stuff like that before I can actually get it up into my bike rack. There's the rack. Now one thing I do like about these Cranbrook cruisers is, being a low-end bike, they come with just your steel wheel. Now, some people would say that's a disadvantage because of the weight issue and all that, but for me, since I'm a little bit heavier of a rider and I don't ride long distances or up hills, this works out good for me because I think it makes for a very strong wheel. Plus the fact that the spokes are 12 gauge. which is a pretty hefty, strong spoke in my opinion. So I just wanted to point that out, and we'll continue on. Well, I've got it mounted up in the bike rack. Make the quick go around. So far, the only thing I've noticed was, let's see, there's a little chip on the paint there, obviously from shipping. And I don't think you're ever gonna get any bicycle out of a box that's absolutely perfect, and that's definitely something you can live with right there. But so far, unless I find a major mechanical flaw, I think for my 59 bucks I'm gonna come up a winner on this thing. Okay, I got all the packaging and cardboard off. I'm gonna take some close-ups here, and we'll show you how they put these things together as far as the welding goes. Now, I'll be the first one to admit their welds, well, they look strong enough, but they're not the prettiest thing to look at. I have other brand of these beach cruiser bikes who seem to have been put together with a little more finesse, but this is typical of any of the Huffy bikes that I've owned, and it's never been a problem. The only problem would be, oh, that's kind of ugly. But who's going to notice it when you're riding? And notice a little chip in the paint there. See if we can get her to focus. And you back off here. It doesn't seem to want to focus on that. But anyway, it's got your typical coaster brake hub, single speed obviously. I notice they don't, they haven't installed the bolts to hold the fender, but I think that's just on account of they would want it to be somewhat free in there, and that would keep it from getting dented or damaged in my estimation. Let's go around here, I'll show you the other side. Same story on the look of those welds. And we'll go up here on the frame by your seat post. You see how that was put together. That's typical. Now your front end here. The welds on the front end, as far as appearance goes, they don't look too bad. Seems to be livable workmanship. And bear in mind, we're critiquing a $59 bicycle, so let's face it, for 59 bucks, if you can just ride it around your neighborhood for a year, you've come out way ahead. Let's check these the way they put the brackets together. Not too bad. Seem to be strong enough anyway. Huffy Cranbrook. Lighting's not real great right here. There's a better picture of that. I like the color. Nice kind of a deep maroon red. Gonna be a pretty bike anyway. The fenders on this model are flat black, not glossy. And along with the chain guard, same story. It is a metal chain guard though. Okay, I'm gonna spin the rear tire here. We'll see how if it tracks true. Doesn't seem to be too bad. I don't see noticeable wobble. I'll try to get around here and shoot it from the back as it's going. It appears that the cones may be a little tight on the back wheel, so I might loosen those up. Get it spinning here. Maybe get a slight wobble in that thing, but believe me, I've seen worse on brand new bikes. Okay, I'm going to take a closer look at this front wheel. I noticed before I put the camera back on, I always check to see if this axle will turn. Now this thing is so tight that I can't turn it with my fingers, so obviously I'm going to need to loosen this lock nut up and adjust the cones. And while I'm at it, I'll probably just take it all the way off and look and see what the greasing situation is down there. But this definitely needs to run free in order to make your bike easy to pedal. Okay. Okay, I had to use a 17mm wrench to get the lock nut off, and that cone was jammed in there so tight that I couldn't even, spin the wheel on the axle. So it's just going to be a minor adjustment. I went ahead and backed it off. It looks like they have plenty of grease in there. They use some sort of a white clear grease. I'm going to call that sufficient and go ahead and adjust it up. I'm not going to re-grease at this point, but you can see down in there. Anyway, that's definitely, you need to check that if you're putting one of these together yourself. Make sure that front wheel is nice and loose. It's going to make a world of difference on how easy you pedal. And I think the same thing is going to hold true for the rear cones, how they adjust that. I know I'm going to end up adjusting that also.